Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Inside the War Room. Today, or actually last night, I decided to put it upon myself to play through the Madden 23 franchise mode to see what was new. I love franchise mode, you know, so like I'm a little bit passionate about it, but there's also some things that I have an issue with. But we will get into all that. By the way, real quick, before you say anything, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give away a beta code, but you have to comment that you want a beta code, and then you have to comment what console that you have so we know which one to give away. And we'll pick one comment. We're going to do it a little bit different.
What if someone else gets to it before they do? What if they're like, I want Xbox, and we're like, all right, we reply with the code, and someone else grabs it?
That's on them. That's on them,
all
bro.
Nice. All right, cool.
Or we can email them. I don't know. We can do it however we want. But go ahead, TJ. You're about to say something
You said you played franchise mode last night, too. I also played franchise mode last night, too. So I got to experience the same stuff that you did.
Okay, good. We could discuss it.
I'm just going to say something.
Joe was there whenever I was playing
I walked in, and I thought Tommy was playing Madden 22.
Joe's exact words were, why are you playing Madden 22 franchise right now?
So that pretty much says what it was like.
All right, so you hop into the franchise mode.
You hop in, there's a massive difference.
Looking different, visual difference.
The background isn't the front office and the coach anymore. It's a gradient color of the team.
But like, okay, so tell me if you had the same thought first. I mean, like at first glance, I'm like, oh wow, this. So
they got a
cool.
new graphic designer.
The first initial thought, I'm like,
for
this
a
looks
second,
sick.
I was like, yeah, it looked updated, but it was just different fonts and different background.
Yep, that's how they get.
Yeah, so that's all it was. So like, I kind of want to cut to the chase a little bit here.
Yeah.
There is nothing really that different except for
No way, dude.
Except
No
for
way.
one thing in the offseason, which is like they did it pretty good,
That's worth a new game.
It's worth $70.
So we go through everything. I'm doing everything. I tested out the weekly training, the scouting stuff in the beginning.
Completely the same.
The scouting is completely the same. The only difference in the scouting is it shows you 4 different attributes at the main menu. I mean, you could see it in Madden 22. You just have to click an extra button. There was a pick quarterback there. But yeah, the only thing different in the scouting visually was whenever you go to the prospects, it shows you 4 different attributes, or either be question marks or a letter grade for it, which you could see anyway. You could see anyways. It was just an extra button click in Madden 22. The trade system, because we talked about it before, the trade system
that was really disappointing,
is supposed to be new and improved. But they say it every year, and I didn't buy it. I remember I said I didn't buy it.
You did?
I went in and I tried to trade. So I went after a couple different players. The first player, I was the Steelers. I tried to trade for Joe Burrow. Now you tell me if it's I just wanted to see, because Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl, young quarterback, he had an X factor. I don't know if he actually does in Madden, but in the game, in the beta, he had an X factor. Should be incredibly tough to trade for Joe Burrow.
For old Cam Hayward?
I traded Cam Hayward and a first pick projected round 20 for Joe Burrow.
Not great.
Declined.
That's not good.
It got accepted.
That's not good. So on the other hand,
It got accepted.
It got accepted. It got accepted. The first player I tried trading for was Patrick Mahomes.
That got declined.
So how I think Madden works is, and it's been the same. They have a select few players that are like stupidly tough to trade for,
You
right?
think it's just kind of based on the overall, though?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Joe
I think it's
Burrow's
based on the player.
but
I think
Mahomes was, 97 or something?
Yeah.
I also noticed like the overalls are off. The overalls
don't even look at the overalls.
Like 75
don't even consider the
I was gonna
overalls in the
say,
beta.
I'm
Everything
really
is not
stupid.
correct. Everything in the
And
beta is not correct.
I don't know if the X factors were supposed to show up, but they weren't showing up for me.
They weren't
It was
showing.
really
You might have
glitched
had X
out.
factors turned off because you could have that setting.
Well, no, because
off.
I could see him on defense, but my team on offense couldn't see him.
I wouldn't like count that for much. It's the beta, so like there's glitches and stuff that happen. But yeah, the trading it let's be real for a second. It didn't really seem any different.
So at what point is EA embarrassed that like they're putting this
Well,
out?
they're not. They're
not. They do this
not.
stuff every year.
Because like, there's no way they could expect anything less than just them to get bombarded with terrible reviews again.
They're
literally
used to it, though. They're used to it.
But the only way they would actually like do something if people stopped buying
That's what it is.
playing
People would have to stop
and
buying
they're
it,
not doing
or
that.
or
So thanks a lot, Tommy.
Gonna
You
say
know,
people like us, we post videos of us having fun playing it, and then people buy the game. It makes sense, but like
does,
I
but
can't remember posting a video of me enjoying it.
Yeah, but same thing all the way throughout, and now we get to the off season.
But it is dumb though that you can still only have 3 options.
Yeah, you can still only have 3 options.
Like, why isn't there more?
Exactly. It doesn't
This
make sense.
offseason, the Broncos traded for Russell Wilson had like 6 things in it.
Yeah.
Can't do
So-
that. And like in the franchise that we did, like trades will get declined because you physically can't add more stuff to it.
Yeah.
Right. In real life franchises, we have to decline trades because we make sure things are fair between both users, so a team doesn't get incredibly like overpowered and stuff. And if they can't offer a fourth player, sometimes the trade just won't be able to go through. Stupid, yes. On to the offseason. I will say, like, this is kind of a part that I like the improvement with this a little bit. It could definitely be better for sure, but it pretty much all comes down to re-signing players. Different players have different motives on why they might want to stay or leave a team or go to a different team.
Okay.
The list, I wrote it down. Super Bowl chase. They want a really good team to maybe win them a Super Bowl.
Makes
A
sense.
lot of times this would probably be like an older player
Yeah.
to get like their first Super Bowl before they retire. Big market, won a lot of money. Historic championships, teams that have won a lot of Super Bowls before. Top of the depth chart, they just want to be starter, known as the number one. Head coach, historic record.
Okay.
Mentor at position, probably for a younger
Okay.
guy. Highest offer, just straight money.
Yeah.
A place close to home. A place where the scheme fits them.
Okay. It's actually a
Um,
lot. I actually really like how many things they actually put into account here.
Yeah, team has a franchise quarterback. This is for a lot of the wide receivers.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then the other one, no income tax.
Oh,
Florida,
that's a
baby.
So
good
like
one.
stuff like that is like it's really cool, but after you play through one season, there's just still not enough.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be more
I
added.
get- that is
still.
cool. I think that is good, but I do wonder how it does affect people going to certain teams. Like if they want a
Right.
Super Bowl chance, but could the Jets still pick them up though? And it would.
It's
just
it's
go
pretty
through?
unlikely. So what I did, so Minka's contract in the game was up the year, and I simmed through the whole year, and the Steelers' record was terrible, and his main priority was winning a Super Bowl now. And unless if I offered him like the max deal, there's different deals that they like set up. I'm gonna just look at it real quick. So there's neutral, player friendly. If you do player friendly, that's low risk, as in there's a pretty high chance they'll
They're gonna
probably
accept it.
sign with you.
Okay.
Very player friendly, which is very low risk. And then there was something else that was high risk that you're just team friendly. You're not offering a lot of money, and if they have all the other intangibles, they're maybe likely. But also, what I noticed, if it's a big name player, Minka Fitzpatrick, I tried with Deontay Johnson. If you don't offer them the money, they seem like they're not going to sign with you no matter what.
Okay.
So it was definitely like that part is definitely cool. There has to be more.
So it is picking and choosing kind of what players you want. Because let's say you have a really good team, you might not have enough cap space to actually sign everybody to the contracts they want.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyways, I just sent him a neutral offer just to see what they do. He declined it. He went into free agency. And then free agency hit, and they redid the whole layout for free agency. I kind of like it a lot. There could be more added for sure. And then I went to go ahead and re-sign Terry McLaurin. Okay. Or to sign Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
Because he's in free agency. And I didn't sign him the first week. And I ended up signing him the second week because no other team was interested in Terry McLaurin.
So
That's
will they
not
just
real.
sit there?
So why was no team interested in Terry McLaurin? I don't know. Michael Thomas was in there also, and he seemed like he was taking up
He
all
sucks.
he was taking up all the offers from the other teams though, and none of them
wow.
were interested in Terry McLaurin. I was the only team that was interested.
So I wonder if just the computer just auto goes to whatever the best available player is. So like all the computer generated ones just send an offer to Michael Thomas
Right.
because he's a higher overall.
Right. And for Terry McLaurin, he was interested in
Something
my
like that.
team because my team had the franchise quarterback. I traded for Joe Burrow, so my team had the franchise quarterback, so he was more interested in my team.
Okay.
I offered him a neutral deal, not a lot of money, and he
Yeah.
accepted it with no other people offering him a
Yeah.
deal. Kind of weird.
Okay.
I don't know. But, I mean, so besides that, that's it. That's the only real update to franchise. It's just that little bit of off season, and there just has to be more scenarios. I hope and pray that throughout the season, whenever they come out with the updates, that they can think of some more things to add in. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything of why a player would want to re-sign with a team. I don't know. Maybe like team loyal. He's been with the team his whole career, and he wants to stick with the team. I don't know. There has to
Head
be other.
coach relationships, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you got to
head
add in
coach-
trade offers. They need to add in trade offers from other teams to your team because it's so like the only controversy that happens in the season is if you have an older player and he's like, you have a meeting with him and he's like, well, if we don't win now, I'm gonna pretty much retire.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much got to like make the promise that you're gonna win. That's the only like controversy with anything of a player leaving your team besides the offseason.
Yeah.
They need to have trade offers from other teams.
Or whenever you have players on a team, there's just players that are more likely to want to leave.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you do a fantasy draft. Oh, I want to sign, I don't know, Devontae Adams. But Devontae Adams has a higher risk of wanting to leave your team come his next contract. And you have to like take that chance, or like you have to pay him that much extra. But talk about the trade things. Yeah, there's no trade offers from computers. That's disappointing. I don't know why. I checked out the trade block. There was actually a lot more players on the trade block, and that just might be because during this offseason, there's more players on the trade block. I mean, Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo. There was like a whole list, and I'm like, real quick, I was like, okay, Baker Mayfield, he's on the trade block. The Browns want to get rid of him. Maybe the Browns will want to offer or take less for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, no.
And that wasn't the case. I offered a 4th-round pick, a 3rd-round pick. I got to the point where I offered a 2nd-round pick that still got declined. I'm like, in real life, for a 2nd-round pick, the Browns are taking that 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. I think they should set it up kind of like, let's say you're interested in a player. You send an offer over, then maybe like other teams can kind of counter offer. You could look at the counter offers and decide if you want to give more. If you're like, okay, I'll let them have them. Like, let's say you're the Steelers. You offer whatever.
Yeah, like the
for
player
Terry
offers a counter offer back.
Yeah, or you could even do
or
that.
Or their agent. Like, that's real. I mean, that happens
2K?
in real life.
Yep.
They offer.
Yeah, and let's say the Chiefs. Let's say the Chiefs make an offer on him, and you're like, oh crap. Well, like Chiefs have a better team right now, so let me offer him more money. Or you could decide, all right, you know what, he could go to the
That's a good
Chiefs.
point. I mean, in what conversation and what negotiation is it only one-sided the whole way, and they just accept it? It
2K,
never is.
2K, if your player's done with his contract and he's testing free agency, if somebody offers him a contract, you have that option to match it.
Yeah,
It's like, why don't they have that in Madden?
that's the golden question right there, TJ. Why don't they have that in Madden?
Yeah, so it's going to be one and the same this year for franchise. I don't know if they're planning on coming out with updates or not. I haven't heard anything about like a huge update like they were supposed to last year.
And here's the thing too, where we talk so bad about it, and we do this because like we want them to genuinely make a better game.
Right,
for
like we
everybody
actually care.
involved.
Like we actually want everybody to have a good game. And I know like a lot of people, especially people that like watch our videos, are younger, so they haven't really played the Maddens that were like really great. Like whenever I ask people, oh, what's the best Madden you ever played? Madden 16. All I think of, you got to be kidding me. Madden 16? That's a joke. Come on.
I got recommended a random video. It was like a Madden 7 franchise, Madden 07. And dude, it was actually, it blew my mind. They're loading into the game, and it was like Seahawks versus the Raiders. And they had news articles of what happened last week. They had a news reporter talking about this player. I was like, they took this out of the game and gave us what we have now. Yeah. It actually blew Madden 07.
Yeah. Good times.
I couldn't believe it.
All right. Well.
All right, guys. Subscribe. Good luck to somebody get that beta code, and more coming soon. Have a great day.